Right. Live, I think. Yes. No. Gonna tell me YouTube. There we go. Live. Hello, hello. Okay, hello. Apparently I streamed this 10 days ago, according to YouTube. No worries about that. This is early or late, depending on whether or not this was a 9 o'clock or a 10 o'clock stream. But it's supposed to be a 10 o'clock, but I'm impatient. I have been not streaming for a week because of the cut internet. And I've kind of just been sitting around for the last half hour, waiting for the stream to start, and decided, you know what, I'll go ahead with it. Especially because I think this might be a bit of a shorter one, because my plan is to go through the Red Mage quests up to level 60, because as you can see, I've got Sorin to level 60 as Red Mage. He's been doing some training off screen. And, yeah. So my plan is, tonight we'll be finishing up the Red Mage quests, getting us caught up to level 60. And then that will be us for tonight, and then Friday we'll be back to the MSQ. Oh, hello Minnie, you're here quick again. I suppose I'm early as well. But, yeah, I've been impatient to get back to doing this. What did happen last stream? Oh, why is my phone's audio turned on? I don't need to hear my stream, I just need to see it in case it breaks. Because I'm still nervous that the internet might do something, but speed tests I have run have shown that I have my decent download speed is back, and my upload speed is back at an unerringly consistent level. I ran a speed test and it didn't... Normally when I run a speed test it kind of flickers a wee bit into last like 0.0 something will flicker. Oh, get to it. Okay, I'll get to it. Very well. Hello, sir. How fares your training, my friend? I imagine you've grown quite accustomed to the shift between spellcraft and swordplay by now. Yes, sir. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'll continue to instruct you, but as I've said before, practical experience will serve you far better than any tiresome lecture. It's important that you treat every battle as an opportunity to learn. Yes, sir. Speaking of which, Father Illy had mentioned that he had something he wished to discuss regarding our sigil-branded ambushers. Well, let's head inside, shall we? What were we... Oh, we have this group of mages who... Yeah, they're kind of creepy ones. I wonder what the good father has discovered. I'm ashamed that it did not occur to me earlier, but I recall an incident that may be connected to this dreadful cult. A merchant's son was kidnapped in Ul'dah some moons ago. When the merchant came to pay the ransom, however, both father and child were murdered. The perpetrators of this terrible act were never unmasked, but evidence at the scene suggests the two were slain by thaumaturgy. What is more, the merchant was a native of Alamigo. Is this not also true of the father of the girls you rescued? Aye, he is Alamigo born. A man by the name of Wilkins, so his wife told me. Could he have been the true target of the kidnappers? We must speak with Master Wilkin at once. There are too many similarities in these cases to ignore. I would not put it past this cult to make a direct attempt on his life. In anticipation of such action, I inquired after Master Wilkin's trading itinerary. It seems he is presently conducting business at the Manderville Gold Saucer, delivering stock for game prizes or some such. Very resourceful of you, father. Thank you. I'm Sorin. The Gold Saucer awaits. Yes, sir. The Gold Saucer. I haven't been there too often. I do have the if right, at least. I genuinely couldn't remember if I'd actually ever been to the Gold Saucer as Sorin. It's really quiet when you teleport somewhere and you don't have any... You're in a location that doesn't have background music and you're just... Loading screen is completely silent. Whereabouts am I looking for? I suppose if anyone would know, the airship attendants would know. Mr. Zrum? Sorin? My apologies, Sorin. I neglected to ask if you're a patron of these halls. But we are here now, and Master Wilkin is still occupied with his trade. I am tempted to eavesdrop on his dealings to learn what manner of man we are saving. Let us play the part of happy gamblers and wander by his meeting in the Manderville Lounge. Just look for the wonderfully hideous golden statue. Yes, sir. Manderville Lounge. I think the Aethernet might be the best way to find where I'm going. Where am I going? Manderville. Oh, there it is. I was looking for the golden symbol. Forgot you had area markers. That's the statue, I'm guessing. It's been a while since I've seen Mr. Mandeville. So, is that Master Wilkin? There's our Master Wilkin. I guess I was right then. So, is this just business as usual? Thank you again. We'll make the most of this gift, I promise you. Back straight and head up now, lad, or folk will become suspicious. You've done naught wrong. Besides, the coin is fair gotten and freely given. The young man he was talking to. He is known to me. One of the lads belonging to the Alamegan Resistance, if I'm not mistaken. Well, this is clearly more than simple business deal. But why waste time on suppositions when we can speak with the merchant himself, eh? Yes, sir. So, is he maybe using his money to support the Resistance? I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if an Alamegan was supporting the Resistance, but... Master Sorin and Master's Run. Glad I am for this chance to thank you in person for the kindness you showed my daughters. Father Iliad sent word to expect you. He also mentioned that the danger to my family is not yet past. You suspected I have been marked for assassination? Aye. Have you any idea of the why? Say, retaliation for funneling funds to the Alamegan Resistance under the guise of standard business dealings? I thought as much. I recognized your client as one of the young freedom fighters I'd seen in Giribania. Oh, rest assured that your secrets are safe with us. I myself have spent the better part of my life aiding the Resistance. Your dealings do, however, seem to have drawn some rather unpleasant attention. Very well. You saved my children's lives, so I'll trust you with the truth. Many Alamegan refugees are employed here at the Gold Saucer, in no small part due to the wishes of the establishment's owner, Lord Godbert Mandeville. Several of these employees have less direct ties to the Resistance, the young man you saw being one such conduit. Several of these employees have direct ties to the Resistance, the young man you saw being one such conduit. As to why I meet them here, well, it is a matter of hiding the trees within the forest. There was another incident not so long ago when the son of an Alamegan-born merchant was kidnapped by a cadre of mages. When the father attempted to pay the ransom, the fiends slew both parent and child. I fear this scenario is one they hope to repeat with you. Yes, a terrible turn of events that was. I did not know the merchant personally, but I knew of his efforts. He too was said to have supported the Resistance with the fortune he made in Ul'dah. And there we have our connection. They seek to eradicate Resistance sympathizers. I sense the hand of the Empire behind this cabal. The Empire is involved in this? Ah, but the assassins themselves favour magic, so they are unlikely to be native Garleans. The puppeteer could very well be a hired killer, or mayhap a recruit from a subjugated province. We shall learn the truth in due time. For now, however, we must take steps to keep you alive. Lord Mandeville is a member of the Syndicate, and the Gold Saucer is his domain. Striking at me here would be difficult to say the least. I do, however, have pressing business to attend to in Vesper Bay in the coming days. Vesper Bay, eh? Given its peculiar approach, I can think of a dozen places from which assassins could stage an ambush. Might you entrust your safety to Sorin and me? Together we'll provide more than a match for any ambushes. And it would also afford us greater insight into our foe. Yes, we can do that. You certainly appear capable. Aye, I will gladly accept your protection. And it's settled. Let us travel ahead to Vesper Bay and scout out the area. Right, sir. I'll see you around, Master Welkin. Welcome. Where am I getting Welkin from? Valkyrian Chronicles, I think. Vesper Bay. That's Horizon, isn't it? Yeah, Vesper Bay is where the Weakened Sands is. Let's go, Cygnus. Looks like it's been a long time since I've been out here. Been a quiet evening. Night even. What is the area time? 1 AM. Sir? Good, you're here. Master Welkin has begun his overland trek from Ul'dah. Excuse me. Before he left, I asked a good merchant to discuss his travel arrangements with less than his usual discretion. Assuming the assassins have eyes and ears on their target, we can assume they'll have moved to occupy the most favourable ambush sites. Now, if they were intent on murdering a lone traveller, I would choose one of two options. The first being the alleys here in Vesper Bay, and the second being the long, dark tunnel leading into the town. I propose we split up and secure both areas. I will take the back streets, and you can have the old mining shaft. Sweep the tunnel clean of ambushers, then meet me back here when you are sure the route is safe. Yes, sir. This isn't the first time I've looked for suspicious individuals in this tunnel. Last time it was... also had connections to Manderville, but... that's in the past now. Oh! Looks like we got the right place. Ow! These definitely look like our same assassins. Ow. I sometimes miss having Esna available to me. Oh, looks like both were hits. Defeated their ambush, did you? Well done. As you can see, they had a second group waiting in the wings. Your opponents were the same mute attackers as before, yes? I pity these cursed pawns, but we cannot let mercy stay our hands. They are little different from the walking dead, and no art can restore them. I did, however, allow one to escape my blade. Allowed, sir? Or... on purpose, of course. He seemed eager to disengage, and so I obliged. He limped off towards the coast, but with the wound I gave him, he'll not have fled far. I will track this last assassin to his destination. And pray remain here and greet Master Welkin. He should be arriving through your secure tunnel any moment now. Right. Mr. Zun bringing up the living dead similarities is a little concerning, again. Also, Aquila, I feel that's a bit rude to Master Welkin. Ah, Master Sorin, here I am with nary scratch upon my person. My deepest thanks. You've saved my family, and for that I can never truly repay you. But I must at least try. Pray share this gift with Master Zun. Well, thank you, sir. My supplier will be waiting, so I must take my leave of you. May Nald enrich and bless your endeavours. Oh, thank you, sir. You be careful out there. Just because we've dealt with one group of attackers doesn't mean there won't be another. Castrum? He didn't flee to the Castrum, did he? We've had a stroke of luck. The man I followed leapt into the sea and was fished out by others in a rowboat. I last saw him making for a merchantman anchored out in the bay. Considering the absence of fear, I must assume the one who fled had been commanded to report the outcome of the ambush. If we can identify the ship, then we will be one step closer to unmasking this vile puppeteer. And then we can... Another token from the esteemed Master Wilkin. Oh, yes, sir. Here you go. How kind did he seek to reward us? Ah, and there's a note here as well, addressed to us both. You have my eternal gratitude. Twice now has my life been saved by Red Mages, and twice by one in particular. Mayhap you remember the day, 20 years ago, when the Crimson Duelists fought to save the life of a child. I remember you, Master's Run. Your scarlet garb was forever etched into my memory. It is a strange feeling to be recognized for a decades-old deed. Had he not known me, would he have been so ready to place his life in our hands, I wonder? Aside from a few wrinkles, I suppose I have changed little in my appearance. I was clove dust when we worked to evacuate our fellow Alamegans, even as the homeland we knew crumbled around us. But in the end, it is the lives that matter, not the place. Regardless of the circumstances, a Red Mage must strive to achieve the greatest good. And so I've always believed. Our actions are our own reward. But a little acknowledgement does wonders to sustain one's faith, eh? It does help, sir. But do we know anything else? I've asked some friends of mine in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to keep an eye out for that ship. We should know if the assassins seek to enter any of the major ports. You mentioned you were friends with Alizé, didn't you? I guess I shouldn't be surprised he has contacts into Scions either. Ah, mine Unlossian contact. Aye, this is Run. They're still there. Excellent, thank you. It seems the assassin's merchantman has been spotted sailing into Aleport. Come, we've no time to lose. Right, sir. Aleport. That's Unlossia. So, okay, not going to the Castrum then. I was a little concerned that that was the destination. Sir? My apologies for dragging you halfway across the realm. I did promise you a journey. Now, as for the merchantman, I'm told it's anchored a short distance offshore. And we need to know more about the connection between this ship and our foe. They may have simply paid for passage, but there's something about that vessel. I say we wander the port and see what gossip there is to be had. Right. Digging up clues. Can work with that. Guess the tavern's probably as good a place to check as any. It looks like it. Hello there, ma'am. Merchantman with Tilden? I don't know buggery about it. Not even a bleeding name. All I know is her crew's about as lively as a cabin full of corpses. It ain't natural. There's a rumour going round that the Yellowjackets have taken an interest in their dealings. So I'd rather keep me distance any road. Aye, I'm finished answering your questions. Now off with ye. And full of corpses, that sounds depressingly close to what we're looking for. Hello there. Nay, me lad, I have not much to tell you about that ship. They say she's a trading vessel that brings goods from rats at hand, but her crew's a sullen lot. Asking a friendly question about what they got hauling got me naught but blank stares and silence. Stares and silence. I'm starting to think we definitely have our ship. Oh, hello, ma'am. Could I just ask you a question about that merchantman? That ship's naught but trouble, ye mark my words. I've mates would swear they've seen her pulling alongside Imperial vessels. Only the gods know what's hiding in that hold of hers. Could be weapons, could be prisoners. Just the bleeding sight of her makes me whiskers twitch. Whiskers? I know Makote have ears and tails, but I've never seen their whiskers before. Am I just that unobservant? No, that's not the point. Imperial vessels. That's... Mr. Run's assumptions are right, then this definitely seems to be our ship. Sir, I think we found what we're looking for. Were you able to learn... Were you able to learn aught of interest? Strange crew? Mystery cargo? Ship's name unknown? My, I heard much the same. I'm beginning to think that our assassins used the vessel as a floating base. With no permanent camp on land, it would certainly be easier to avoid the attention of local forces, not to mention curious adventurers. I also spoke of an acquaintance in the Yellow Jackets, and he confirmed the ship's official status as a trader to and from Radzatan, even if rumours of her dealings with Garlean agents in open water are rife. As long as the merchantman appears to trade within the law, however, officials are reluctant to force their way on board and cause an incident. They've yet to uncover enough evidence, it seems. Well, if a solid reason to investigate is lacking, then mayhap we should help them find one, eh? Let's have ourselves a look in some of their crates on the docks. Just a little innocent curiosity is all. Right. I'm convinced that... Normally wouldn't be too comfortable just going through someone's possessions. But given all I've learned, I'm fairly certain that this is indeed what we're looking for. Goodbye, Aquila. Found anything, sir? I've been peeking into cargo here, but there's one box secured with a lock. Smashing crates open may be taking things a bit too far, I'm afraid. Okay, I suppose that's a point. Just keep things quiet. Anything that looks out of... This one seems to be hidden a little bit back to this. They look like our guys, so I'm gonna guess this is maybe what we're looking for. Don't mind me. As long as he doesn't turn around, I should be fine. Imperial tech. Oh. Okay, no, guess they weren't happy with that. Oh, a key. Maybe that's for what... Mrs. Rum? How did your investigations fare? I found a veritable bounty of military supplies. Cerulean tanks, Imperial rations, Imperial insignias on everything. The authorities will be most interested to hear of this, I'll wager. What's that you have there? A key, sir. It might be for that other box you mentioned. They keep it locked, it's probably something even more incriminating, right? Well, well, dropped by one of the ship's crew members, you say? And I just so happen to have found a most inconveniently locked box. I shall go and relay our findings to the Yellow Jackets. I'm sure you'll think of some use for that key of yours. Oh, right, that was a subtle hint for me to... I'm not sure do I want to unlock this? Is there going to be a zombie inside? Let's hope not. I had enough zombie problems. Ma'am? Are you okay? It's alive, I think. What? Where am I? Airport, ma'am. Was I sleeping? In a box? What an odd thing for me to do. don't remember anything, ma'am? Of course I... Oh, perhaps not. No, wait, I remember something. Arya. My name is Arya. I think. Is it? I wouldn't quite know, ma'am. But it's a lovely name. Do you think so? Then I suppose it will do for now. And what does a girl call you? Sorin Sherwood, ma'am. Sorin. I'll try to remember that. Thank you for letting me out. It's not a problem, ma'am. What happened here? Is all amiss? Yes and no, sir. She was in the box. This lass was inside the box. I might suspect a stowaway, but it was more likely she was kidnapped. The people who took you may be lurking nearby. We should probably put some distance. Miss Arya, are you okay? Come now, you needn't fear me so. Sorin, please, say something reassuring, would you? Reassuring, you say, sir? He said... Scared of him, so I don't know if I'd say he's as gentle as a kitten, but maybe that'll... He's harmless, ma'am. Don't worry about it. He is? You say so, Sorin, and I suppose it must be true. I don't know if you have any reason to put that much faith in me, ma'am. Well, you seem to have made a new friend. Let's see about arranging some lodgings for now, and we can discuss where to go from here. Is everything okay? This is a development. So it's not just assassinations, it's kidnappings as well. I wonder if that's where they get their... I suppose they need some source for mindless drones. It's concerning. There's another reason we need to put a stop to whatever's going on. Oh. Down here. Maybe if she has a bit of time to rest, she'll remember something. Sir? Poor girl was asleep within moments, and this entire ordeal must have left her exhausted. As for the results of our efforts with the cargo, I suggest we continue this conversation outside. Something happened, sir? I presented our findings to the Yellow Jackets, and the evidence was indeed sufficiently damning to spark a full-scale investigation. Regretfully, it appears the assassins caught wind of the coming storm. A squad of soldiers was dispatched to the docks only to witness the merchantman sailing away with all hands on board. Not quite the outcome we'd hoped for, but at the very least they'll no longer find a warm welcome in Eorzea's ports. The other issue we face now is what to do with young Arya. Her breath carries a faint aroma that may account for her memory loss. I suspect she was subjected to a certain incense which, when inhaled, can cloud a person's mind. The next step was likely to brand her with one of those vile sigils, and effect the permanent destruction of her free will. It was fortunate you released her when you did. Arya remains muddled, but her condition should improve with time. And once her memories have returned, we can learn exactly who she is, and, just as importantly perhaps, the circumstances which led to her capture. Right. And once we know that, maybe we can put a stop to this. I've spoken with Arya, but it seems her memory has yet to return. The incense used must have been potent indeed to create such a lasting fog. If she cannot recover naturally, then we must rely on some familiar sight or event to jolt her senses back to normalcy. Might I ask that you take her out somewhere to test my theory? She seems far more comfortable around you, after all. I'll do my best, sir. At the very least, I would know from whence she hails. I shall call once more upon my acquaintance in the Yellow Jackets. Surely she has family who are searching for her. Right. Well, familiar look. Hopefully she remembers at least that much. Miss Arya? Sorin, thank you again for letting me out of that crate. I had such a lovely sleep. That awful tiredness has left me, but Still can't seem to remember anything. Outside? Well, yes, I suppose a fresh breeze might help blow away the cobwebs. I think I'd like to see the view from the battlements. Will you join me up there, Sorin? Of course, ma'am. Oh. And away she goes. I guess she's comfortable enough walking around Aleport to... It's the quickest way is... Sickness, can you get me up there? Oh, these battlements. It's a pretty nice view from up here when the weather's nice. Look, isn't it beautiful? I've never seen anything so... Is this truly the first time I've seen this view? I try to remember, but my mind is a blank page. I can be sure of nothing. Well, even if nothing comes back, ma'am, we can always start making new memories. Make new memories? Oh, I hadn't thought of it like that. It's almost like a gift of sorts, isn't it? Being able to enjoy things afresh? I suppose so. It's always good to have that kind of positivity. I think I'll stay up here a while longer, just to be sure I'll remember it tomorrow. Oh, did you see that ship? How did it keep such massive things aloft? Afloat? Gosh, they are fairly buoyant from the looks of it. There's a lot above the water. Are you fond of ships? Why, yes I am. I think I might always have been. What an insightful question. I remember when I was a child, I would always beg my uncle to... Oh, I remember. I had an uncle. He was my only family. He tried to protect me, but... Are you okay, ma'am? Forgive me. The exact events are still a jumble, but the memory was not a pleasant one. That day, it's all coming back in a rush. Do you think we might return to the inn? I need a moment or two. Of course, ma'am. Wonder if Mr. Sorin's back yet. He'll probably want to hear this. I do hope she's going to be okay. I mean, the memory was never going to be a good one, but... Oh, give me a moment. The monitor I had been using broke last week. Because, you know, everything else that was going on, my internet died, it wasn't enough, my monitor died. I did have a spare monitor, except it's a TV, so I don't... But it has one of those auto turn off features. I think it's set to 2 hours. The thing is, the only way you can change it is with a remote control for it, which I have lost. Because the TV itself doesn't have a menu button on the side, so I can't adjust that setting. I could, I suppose, buy a replacement remote, but I have never been bothered to be able to do that. The Yellow Jackets were able to dig up a report on Arya from their records, and I hurried back to share the news, but seeing as a memory of the incident has returned, I'd rather hear the tale from the source, as it were. Are you okay to share, Miss Arya? From what I can recall, I'd always lived with my uncle. He was a kind, gentle man, who would often tell me stories of my parents. I was young when they died. Too young to remember them, I think. The report mentioned that you're citizens of Limsa. Do you remember where you were taken when the attack... where you were when the attack came? Yes, we were on the road to... somewhere. The ambushes appeared as if from thin air, and my uncle stepped forward to shield me. They killed him. What happened after that is a blur, but my memory of that moment is crystal clear. Ma'am? Are you okay? Thank you, Arya. You needn't force yourself to remember the rest. For now, we must concern ourselves with your future. It would not be charitable to send you back into town alone, especially not with significant parts of your memory still missing. That doesn't sound like a particularly good idea, no. Yet we cannot ask you to accompany us either. Our journey leads us on a path to confront the very cabal whose malevolent embrace you have but recently escaped. I would go with you even so. Ma'am? You saved my life and helped me accept the loss of my past. If there's a chance my memories could return and lead you to these villains, then I would stay at your side. We really say no, sir? How can I refuse such passion? It seems we've adopted a new companion, Sorin. The greatest challenge facing us now, however, is deciding on our next destination. And the merchantman has fled, and we know not whither it is bound. Isles of Umbra. I remember. They were the only words I heard them speak before I blacked out. Isles of Umbra. The master calls. These puppets do not, nay, cannot, speak idly. Ready yourself, Sorin. We cross to the Isles of Umbra and confront this master of theirs. You as well, Arya. We fight together. Sir? Oh. Sir, can we maybe talk about that? I guess they were already off. I appreciate Miss Arya saying she'll come with us But if we're going to confront their leader, is it... Maybe she'd be safer staying in the port for now? This is why you took up the sword, Sorin, so you could protect people. It'll be safe as long as you and Sorin are there. Is that a staff? You know magic, Miss Arya? Sorin lent me a weapon to protect myself, but need we fight these ghostly lights? I think we can ignore the plasmoids, Miss Arya. Sir? Found anything so far? The mails from soldiers tell of a steady stream of tight-lipped arrivals. It would seem the master gathers all the marionettes to the Isles. I armed Arya with what I had, but... I can fight. Fight? You can barely talk, lass. I thought her afraid of the mages who took her, but nay, 'tis the thought of ghosts and ghouls which have her all a-tremble. Can you blame me? The very ground here feels haunted. The angry spirits might burst forth at any moment. Like that shadowy thing behind you. Ah! There's not there, lass. Now, can we get a move on, or would you rather head back to Aleport? I'm coming with you. Looks like we will have to watch out for her. I don't think we're getting past these skeletons at the very least. Or maybe? Oh, nope. Oop, don't block my sight. Just deal with what we can and move on. Those look like they might be our mages. Can we get around these guys? I guess not. Oh, don't. These look like our friends. Yep. Further inland? It's like more of them. You think they're just delaying us, sir? That's not... Where are they? Like, that looks like another tome, like the one that summoned the Manticore before. Was the Manticore? No, it was... Okay, yeah. No, it was a Chimera, wasn't it? No, it was the Cerberus, the Red Cerberus, that's what the other one's. Getting my mythological creatures mixed up. Resident of the underworld. Please don't feed upon his essence. Arya? Mr. Sorin said to stand back. Oh! That's concerning, whatever that is. I'm sorry, it's gonna be okay there. Stick together. Oh, that's not looking good. I would appreciate if you looked out for yourself. You don't seem to be doing too good there. Now what? I'm working on it, sir, but are you sure you're alright there? I should be able to hurt it again. Seems to be doing okay. I forgot I haven't bolt. Forget I can have party buffs. Did it? But was that Archmagus their master, do you think, sir? You and Sorin fight so well together. I wish I had been able to help. Don't worry about it, you're the one who got us here in the first place. The hand that controls these assassins cannot be far. Let's split up and search, shall we? Yell if you run into trouble. I'll do that, sir. I guess that means he doesn't think the Archmagus was more than just an... I suppose, of course, their leader wouldn't be so quick to sacrifice himself. Or who am I looking for? Delectable. Excuse me? I've sworn I heard someone. Oh. You weren't there before. Your mortal frame brims with vital energies. An irresistible feast. Mr. Sorin? I think I might have found her... Sorin, are you unharmed? Yes, sir? Lambard! pleasure to see you, Sorin. My, how the years have etched themselves upon your brow. You know him, sir? That smirking bastard is Lambert. We were allies once. Ah, yes, the valiant Crimson Duelists. Such fond memories. I've relished their slaughter. The Duelists live on through me, traitor. Not for long, my old friend. You shall soon share their fate. Another Red Mage. Sorin! Arya? I think you might want to stand back for this one. Crude interruptions. This is not how I wish to savour your defeat. Lambert! God damn you! You knew that man? Yes, yes. We'll speak of it later. First, I would know where you learned to cast spells like that. I don't remember anyone teaching me. It just sort of happened. Just sort of happened. I expected you to club things with that old scepter, not fling balls of fire. Incredible. So, Arya, does this mean you've overcome your fear of the undead? What are you... I guess not, sir. Well, my friends, shall we return to Aleport? Now that we've unmasked the Cabal's master, I can tell you this much. He is not a man we wish to confront unprepared. Sounds like a plan, sir. Back to Aleport and we can... talk strategy. I will stop trying to English. Sorin wishes to tell us about the Cabal's master. I am almost afraid to hear what he has to say. As was apparent through our unpleasant exchange, I have a history of this master of the assassins. His name is Lambert. 20 years ago, he and I are part of the group who founded the Crimson Duelists. We studied the fated teachings passed through generations of Giribanians, and revived the art of red magic as a weapon against tyranny. But one day, Lambert simply snapped. He murdered my unsuspecting comrades, and vanished into the shadows. I returned from scouting alone to discover the aftermath of a massacre. It was later that I learned his treachery had been paid for with Imperial coin. But never could I find what became of the man himself. After 20 years of fruitless searching, I thought him dead. This has now become a matter of vengeance. I mean to pursue Lambert and exact a price for his betrayal. But I will not ask you to join me in this vendetta. Worry not, Sorin. Your grasp of red magic will allow you to grow without the need for a teacher. As for you, Arya, I will arrange a suitable sanctuary. I'll not turn you out to fend for yourself. I shall treasure the time we spent together, my friends. May our paths cross again. Sir, I'm not happy leaving it like this, sir. Should we just let him go off alone like that? I don't know about you, but I feel my part in this is not over. Yeah, I feel the same. I'll go see if I can find him. If there's a group of magic Imperial assassins walking around, then I feel I've got as much a duty to help as anything. Sir? We're in this together. Yes, sir. Was there something else? I'm going with you, sir. I won't hear anything else about it. This is not your battle, my friend. I'll deal with Lambert alone, or die in the attempt. I can't have that happening, sir. You... I can see I'm wasting my breath. You have that determined look that so impressed me when we first met. Well, and it's settled then, sir. Very well, we stand together then. You're more comrade to me now than student, Sorin, and I welcome your sword at my side. Leave it to me, sir. Miss Arya? I'm coming too. I want to help save others from this monster, just as you saved me. I want you to teach me red magic. As things stand, I'm just a burden to you. If I'm to do more than be carried along in your wake, I need my own way to make a difference. You certainly do have an aptitude for your arcane. Lambert appears to target such use for recruitment into his puppet cabal. Sorin rescued you from that mindless fate, and now you would don the red to fight in our crusade. There's a sense of rightness to it, isn't there? Stand with us then, Arya. Join the ranks of the Red Mages. Sorin? You look splendid, but it's more than clothes which make a woman. Help me train her as I trained you, Sorin. I'll pay close attention, I promise. I'll do my best. Oh, and Arya, there'll be no more hiding behind Sorin, is that clear? I'll try to be brave. Oh, and then they were free. This is, I think, the first time I've been left with training someone. I guess is... Oh, there she is. Oh, Sorin, I'm training day and night to make sure I don't slow you down. And I know Sorin thinks I'm afraid of him, but I'm honestly not. I know now what a kind and honourable man he is. It's just that at our first meeting he seemed so intense and intimidating. Well, I suppose I can't blame you. When I first saw his magics, he was pretty intimidating as well. Maybe awe-inspiring was the word. Lambert and his puppets are acting under Imperial orders, that much is certain. Ever since we thwarted the attempt on Master Wilkin, however, it would seem to have abandoned him as a target. The merchant's life is not worth all the assassins we cost him, I'd wager. But it will only be a matter of time before the Cabal is given new prey to hunt. I've called in a favour of a friend to investigate possible targets. And he's agreed to meet us at Hawker's Round in Limsa Lominsa. Hawker's Round, that's the markets. Well, I suppose I could always teleport, but this close to the docks, I might as well take the ferry. Bypass the Aephorite Plaza. Hello there. This is the ferry for Limsa. You coming or what? Walkers around. You're taking your time to load today, Final Fantasy? Wait, his contacts? Mr. Riol? All here, are we? Let's be getting on with things then. Everything looks so teasingly familiar. It feels strange to have no memory of this place, but still have my feet nowhere to where not to step. Guess she's from Limsa as well, or at least was here often enough. This fine gentleman here is Riol, a former member of the Company of Heroes. He's been helping us with investigations since before we left for Ailport. Ah, the two of you have met, I take it? Yes. It's good to see you, Mr. Riol. Good to see you too, lad. Mr. Red Britches here didn't mention you was on the road together. Anyhow, let's get straight to business. I did some digging into that floating fortress of your cabal. The merchant went dabbles in a bit of trading to keep up the trade, so I started paying attention to where the goods ended up. And I think you'll find that Lambard gets his orders from the Imperial base in northern Fanalan, across Castra Meridianum. That's your best bet, I reckon. You're a treasure eel. I'll pass on any new information we manage to uncover. For now, though, consider that favour repaid in full. Sorin, Arya, to the drowning wench. Okay, sir, but why did... I thought we'd be off to Banlan, or maybe Mordona? I suppose maybe decide on our... Excuse me? Maybe a good idea to decide on our battle plan before we charge into places. Where are... There they are. I've been studying red magic for hours a day. I'm still having trouble with certain spells. I don't know if I'll ever be as skilled in the art as you. I had a bit of a head start, ma'am. I studied a few different disciplines of magic before this. So all I really needed to pick up mostly was, you know, the specifics and the sword play. Right, we have our destination, so let's discuss the objective. We need to storm Castra Meridianum and locate documentation on Lombard's next target. I'm not meaning to pat myself on the back or anything, sir, but I have experience storming that particular castrum. A poor choice of words, perhaps. And to clarify, one of us will provide a diversion, while the other two slip inside and rifle through desks until we find what we're looking for. Better? I guess, sir. Sorin, you will be our decoy. Draw away as many of their sentries as you can, and buy us the time we need. I'll do my best, sir. Arya, we'll run you through some practice exercises. I see you've been honing your skills on various beasts, but this will be your first battle against thinking opponents, yes? Very well. Make your preparations, my friend. We meet at Raban's Push. Right. Well, I'll see you out there, Miss Arya. I believe the processing plant is the best place to go. It has been a while since I've been out here. Sneaking around this side entrance, I guess. Sorin tested my progress, but seemed a little frustrated. I'm afraid my talent for certain spells has overly raised his expectations. Give me a moment. That needs deleted. And do I have a way of... I don't think on YouTube like I can ban people, but can I... User and timeout? Yes, I can. I'm going to assume about 300 seconds. That's not particularly as long as I'd like, but I guess... Oh, sorry about that. Right, just as we planned. Sorin, do your best to become the center of Imperial attention. I'll try, sir. Arya, you're with me. Once inside, we'll split up to hasten our search, so steel yourself for run-ins with patrols. I hope I'm ready for this. Just keep your head and you'll be fine. You've not quite reached Sorin's level of skill, but your offensive magics are, to be quite honest, terrifyingly powerful. Your restorative arts, on the other hand, well, let me just say that the scales swing both ways. I've known others who tend to favour one area over another, but rarely have I met such an extreme case as you. Not to worry, we'll work on your weaker aspects until you find an equilibrium. Such is the key to excelling in red magic. Now, let us set to work. Head around to the front of the base and make a nuisance of yourself, Sorin. With the growth you've shown, I'm certain you can handle whatever those Imperials throw at you. We'll be sneaking in from the backside while you hold their attention. Please try not to fight all of them at once. I'll do my best, ma'am. Well, I think I should be fine unless they have another ultimate weapon up their sleeves or something. But I'm going to assume that's not the case. I feel like the ultimate weapon was a bit of a one-off. Nope, no army here, sirs. Just a mage. As I keep going, that's probably dealing with this too quickly to buy them the time they need. Any more? Oh, a Reaper. There's... oh, that was a miscast. I deal with the infantry first, then focus my attentions on that. Magitech armor always is a little stronger than the rest, after all. Any more? Well, I think that's got enough attention. Yeah, I should retreat before I get outnumbered. Oh, looks like they're finished already. I feel a touch dizzy. All that sneaking about has left me drained, but I'm glad to see you are unharmed. We met hardly a handful of guards thanks to you. It wasn't a problem. Master Sorin? You don't do things by halves, do you, my friend? I could hear the commotion from the other side of the wall. Our foe was so focused on your battle, I dare say we could have walked out with an entire shelf of records. As things stand, however, we contented ourselves with the knowledge of Lambard's forthcoming operations. There is much to discuss. I suggest we withdraw to the cerulean plant that we might converse in relative safety. Sounds like a plan, sir? Ah, but it would seem the experience has taken its toll on poor Arya. Are you able to walk, my dear? Well, I'll see you there then. Oh, that was relatively easy. I guess things really haven't been going too well for the Imperials there since Operation Archon. I feel much recovered, thank you. I see the colour has returned to your cheeks, Arya. Do you feel any better? Much better, thank you. I may have been pushing too hard to perfect my white magics. From what I witnessed, I'd say you have much work yet ahead of you. Just keep at it, Arya. You'll get the hang of it soon enough. I will. Let's return to the subject at hand, shall we? We uncovered documents detailing the Empire's deployment of the Cabal. And it is much as we surmised. The Cabal's assassins spirit away youths with arcane aptitude, much like our Arya here, and delivered them to Lambard for branding. Once the cursed sigil has destroyed their wills, he fills their empty minds with lethal thaumaturgy, and conditions them to follow his every command. It seems, however, the formation of the Cabal itself was a relatively recent development. Lambard received Imperial orders to organize his puppets into an expendable force. Excuse me? Of fearless, unswervingly loyal cult of assassins that could strike against resistant supporters in lands beyond the Empire's reach. This plan, as well as Lambard's involvement, was proposed by the Crown Prince Xenos, heir apparent to the Emperor. Even within the Imperial Legions, this man has a reputation for cold brutality. An Imperial Crown Prince is... This is getting more and more... The stakes seem to be getting quite high here, sir. Aside from his mastery of red magic, Lambard is well versed in ancient spells and rituals. Doubtless this knowledge, coupled with his singular lack of moral character, did much to curry the favour of a monster such as Xenos. And now we come to the Cabal's next assignment. I could scarce believe my own eyes, even as I read the details of the operation. Lambard's next target is the Garland Ironworks. Aye, the company of engineers founded by the great Cid Garland. I'm familiar, sir, but we need to warn them if that's the case. As a sanctuary for Imperial defectors, the Ironworks has long drawn the ire of the Empire. And if that wasn't reason enough, the company has also begun sharing engineering secrets with the Almegan Resistance. To my knowledge, this will be the highest profile enemy the Cabal has ever been deployed against. But the operation will not target Cid himself. They have a far more effective method in mind. The plan is to assassinate Garland's senior staff, and the name at the top of their list was Jesse, his deputy president. Cid's ideas cannot be brought to fruition without a talented team of engineers, and the organization itself will grind to a halt without Jesse's expertise. Her loss would be a dark day for Eorzea indeed. It would, sir. I have communicated the details of the planned assassination to the Ironworks. Unlike Master Wilkins' case, however, Lambard has been ordered to succeed at any cost. He will keep sending his killers until the deed is done, or we put a stop to this Cabal for good. And that means bringing down Lambard himself. Sorin, Arya, I will need your aid. Sharpen your swords and ready your spells, for we are going to war. Yes, sir. An attack on the Garland Ironworks ordered by the Crown Prince of the Empire is not the kind of situation I was expecting to have to resolve when I took up the blade. I don't understand it. I can cast white magics in the proper manner, but the effects are so weak. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. There's parts of magic I struggled with at first as well. Lambard will be preparing to move on the Garland Ironworks. According to the plans we reviewed, they noted Jesse is scheduled to accompany a delivery to the Almegan Resistance. The ambush itself will be sprung on the outskirts of Revenant's Toll as she makes her way to a waiting airship. It should be a simple matter for us to lie in wait in Mortona and take the ambushes and Lambert by surprise. Our success will, of course, hinge upon Jesse's cooperation, and I've arranged to meet her to hammer out the finer details. Pray travel ahead to Revenant's Hall, and we will find you on the terrace above Rowena's House of Splendors. See you there then, sir. Arya? Revenant's Hall. Excuse me? No. Arya? Is Mr. Sorin not about? I'm sorry, were you looking for me? I just felt more comfortable waiting in the corner. Oh, Sorin and Jesse are here. Sir? Ma'am? Right, I've heard all about this big plan to murder me. I'm surprised no one's tried it before, considering how the company starts to fall apart the very instant I leave the room. Anyway, I understand that you and Mr. Sherwood here are in charge of keeping me alive while I make my merry way to the airship. Is that correct? Lombard's been instructed to bring his entire cabal to bear on this operation. As long as they've no hint that we're onto their plan, then we stand a chance. Then we stand a chance of wiping out the lot of them. I only wish we could manage it without exposing you to danger. Maybe we could, if I pretended to be Jesse. Dress you up as the deputy president. That's actually a rather clever idea. Yep. They don't look all too similar. I think it would fool him. Let's get the girl costumed then. I'm not afraid to act as bait, but when push comes to shove, I'll only be in your way. We'll need to do something about that hair. Right. I guess we leave them to disguise then. There we go. From a distance, no one will be able to tell the difference. It's just up close, you're a bit short. Can we stretch you out by a foam or so? Stretch me out? I'm only pulling your legs, lass. I appreciate what you're doing for me. If you're ever in need of a favour, I'll be happy to pay you back in kind. Hopefully we won't have to ask you to act as decoy for anyone. The Ironworks airship will soon arrive at a cliffside outside town. Arya will make for the vessel whilst pretending to be Jesse, and you, Sorin, will act as her bodyguard. Right. We still have a little time until the airship is scheduled to depart. Make whatever preparations you need, then meet me by the Aephorite. See you there then, sir. Arya? Maybe I won't jump. Oh. That was a little weird. Jesse said that I'd be more convincing if I appeared on the verge of biting someone's nose off. I'm not sure I even know what that means. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Time has come. The Ironworks airship makes ready to depart, and our battle with the traitorous Lambert fast approaches. There is, however, one thing I've never been able to reconcile. Why did Lambert sell his soul to the Empire? He was the Duelist's most brilliant scholar, and not the kind of man who would betray his homeland for vulgar coin. I was baffled when I heard the Empire had bought his loyalty. But no matter his reasons, the crime he committed was unforgivable, and we shall bring him to justice. Let us see the deed done, my friends. To the southeast gate. Yes, sir. Excuse me? I've been practicing my spells, but I wonder if I'm ready for this. Oh, but I better not cast anything while I'm pretending to be Jesse. Yeah, my knowledge just isn't much of a mage. This is it. Arya, take the path towards North Silvertear and keep up the pretense as best you can. The airship is waiting near the keeper of the lake, but we can be sure the assassins will make their move before you arrive. Sorin, it'll be up to you to protect Jesse on the road. Rather than let them flank us, I will intercept a large group meant to fall upon you from the south. You continue to surprise me with the potency of your offensive magics, Arya. With the progress you've shown, I have little doubt you could hold your own against one or two of those mindless assassins. But I must ask that you do not engage in combat unless absolutely necessary. The goal is to lure Lambert himself into the fray, and our charade must be convincing. Sorin should be more than a match for his puppet underlings. Just leave it to me. I have no doubt of that. Right then, off I go. Right. I just need to keep an eye on her. Seeing anything so far? Yep. There they are. These ones feel a little stronger than the others we've fought. Are you doing okay, Miss... Jesse? That was some battle. Are you ready to continue on? I'll go ahead, as before. Right, and I'll follow along and deal with problems. No sign of our airship. There's more mages. Ah, stop. Paralyzing me. You doing okay, Jesse? You make it look so easy. Hello? Yes, Sorin has defeated every ambush so far. Very good. I've just finished mopping up the flanking group, and we'll take up position near the airship. We continue with the charade for now. Make to board the airship as planned, and Sorin and I will conceal ourselves nearby until Lambard makes his move. He should have a few of his puppets left, and will be forced to take action. He should have a few of his puppets left, and will be forced to take action directly. That's when we strike together. Did you hear all that, Sorin? Let's keep moving then. Right. On to the airship. Don't quite know where it is still. Or I suppose maybe the airship's not arrived yet. Oh, there it is. You okay there? I don't see Sorin, but he said he would be hiding nearby. You better hide too, or Lambard will see through our ruse. I suppose that's a point. Is this grass tall enough, or maybe behind that tree? I need to be close enough I can get into the fight quickly if it's when he does show up. Those two don't look like as usual. What have we here? An impostor! It would seem I have fallen victim to a child's ploy. I guess he's seen through it already. Your cabal is in ruins, Lambard, and this time you'll face the consequences of your crimes. But first I must know, why did you turn coat for the Empire, after all we'd achieved together? Still the same simple Sorin. The same tiresome idealism. Your point? How many lives did we save, you and I? And what did that truly accomplish? The ancient art of red magic is capable of so much more. A red mage restricts the source of his mana, but accelerates the effects of his spells via the medium of his own physical form. And what would befall such a mage who then attempted the same techniques whilst channeling the vast ethereal energies of nature? A fool's endeavour. The wielder would be consumed. Just so. And there we see the true potential of the art. Imagine the incredible powers we could unleash, were we not caged within these prisons of flesh. It was in the wisdom of the ancients that I discovered the means to transcend our limits. A method to transform one's vessel and command ever grander magics. The price to be paid, however, was a costly one. Restructuring my body required years upon years spent in arcane slumber. And was it worth it to surrender that which makes you mortal? I freed myself from my chains! I now command energies greater than any found in the black, or the white, or the red. The Crimson Duelists were merely my first step towards greatness. Noble sacrifices for a greater cause. You damnable fiend! My art is unfettered by weak-minded taboos. You cannot best me with your feeble red magics. Never once did I lose a duel to you. This day will be no different. Sorin? Oh. Is that it? You always were a better fighter. I've barely succeeded in giving you a scratch. But a single scratch is all I need. Sorin? You see, as a consequence of my transformation, my strength lies not in harming your body, but in draining your spirit. Once I have wounded you, your life force belongs to me. Sorin? You... That's not good. Sorin, no! Well, well, you yet draw breath. But not for long. I shall send you to False Realm with the answer to your question. My reason for joining the Empire. My new form allows me to wield spells of magnitude denied to ordinary mortals. But I must feed. If I fail to consume sufficient life energies, then I am afflicted with a terrible hunger. My work as an assassin provides me with fresh prey and an ideal environment within which to pursue my research. I am eternally grateful to Xenos for his rare and generous understanding. You speak of achievements, but the constraints of Red Magic offered naught but frustration. And now, after 2 decades of futile resistance, is your struggle finally over? He's been... in people? At least their souls, that's... My friends, you must flee! I'm not letting this guy get away, sir. This is far from over. You up for this, Arya? Students of Red Magic, are you? Come then, show me how you resist the advent of your own destruction. You'll have the minions first. That's the way, right? And focus while they're still about. Now it's your turn, Lambard. Oh, I gotta avoid that. I need you to help me with this one, Arya. I'm out if he ever tries that same trick he used on Sorin. Oh, I thought I'd evaded that. Arya. Ow. Ow. Get rid of that. Oh, he still seems okay. Give it a break. Is he not... I have a little familiarity with healing magics. That looks like a problem. That definitely looks like a problem. Arya, can you get over here? I don't like you being in the AoE. I want to charge in. Nearly there. Can't hold up much longer. Right? Did we do it? My comrades, you're champions of the Red. Sorin, are you okay? Sorin, you mustn't try to move. I'm not dead yet, lass. It was nice that you fought to avenge me. What a miserable pair we make. The last of the Crimson Duelists, staining the ground scarlet with our blood. And I cannot even claim this vengeance as mine. That honor goes to my students. Ah, there lies the difference between you and me, Lambard. Your puppets follow your commands without question, but they'll not carry on your legacy after you're gone. Is that what 20 years of struggle has taught you? I admit, the sense of justice with which you infect others has delivered you victory. On this day at least. But the fates are known for their spiteful twists of fortune. Make this Arya of yours. Arya, are you okay? I'm fine. It was a trying battle is all. Will this be the injustice which breaks you? A pity I will miss your suffering. Is he dead? That was a little ominous, sir. Lombard knew something, and it seemed to amuse him. Are you truly all right? I feel much recovered, honestly. We should return to Revenant's Toll. I'll see you guys there. That's an end to that plot, I guess. What could Lambard have been meaning? What misfortune that might break Sorin? It's still never to remain upright, but I believe I'll live. Seeing how you countered the technique which felled me was a proud moment indeed. You and Arya make a fine team. I expect the Deputy President will be along shortly. You have my thanks. If you had uncovered this plot, I would almost certainly be dead by now. It's quite a sobering thought. The Sorin and Arya deserve most of your gratitude. Who does most deserve your gratitude? I was busy bleeding to death whilst the two of them vanquished the assassin's master. Is that so? Well then, feel free to send a bill for any expenses incurred on this operation to Sid himself. I guess I can do that, ma'am. I'll probably see him around Ishgard soon enough. With Lombard's death, so too will his cabal of assassins cease to plague us. For much of my life I have lived with failure. Loss of my homeland, my inability to help prevent the calamity. But I chose to fight on in the face of these defeats. It has taken 2 decades to right the wrongs of my past. Yet finally I have managed a tangible victory for my home, and for Eorzea. You have made this possible. Thank you, my students, my comrades. It's a pleasure, sir. Modification. When I first knew I'd lost my memories, I was confused, frightened even. Ever since I started training as a Red Mage, it's as if none of that matters anymore. Thanks to you and Sorin, I have so much to look forward to. My life is my own. How Revenant's toll has changed since last I was here. Oh, it makes a man feel his age as much as knowing how things were and seeing how things are. Thank you for everything you taught me, Mr. Sorin, and if you ever need my help again, don't be afraid to call. I'll try and check in when I can, but I feel I've taken enough of a break. I should need to return to Ishgard. I still have the rest of the Scions to find, and there's another friend of mine who's in a bit of a predicament. I'll put the magic you've taught me to good use, sir. And quick teleport to Ishgard. That will be the end of this stream. His foundation set as a Red Mage, Sorin will be going on to the first set of patch quests for Heavensward. And that will be on Friday. So, I thank you for stopping by and watching. And, yeah, I hope I'll see you in the next stream. Okay, and then of course, Celeste on Saturday. Excuse me, Final Fantasy. Yep, so, I'll see you then.